Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So I figured I would do like an old-fashioned kind of like makeup tutorial for you guys because I'm actually going to a wedding in Aruba this week and I have mastered like my sweat-proof like makeup routine and how to get your makeup to last like through heat, humidity, sweat, how to get it to last like 10 plus hours. Like this is what today's video is going to be focused on. So if you're somebody that struggles with your makeup lasting all day or you don't really know where to begin when it comes to like making your makeup last all day, I'm going to give you everything because like I said, I have perfected this routine. Like your makeup is not going to go anywhere. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and let's jump into this video. I did do like a short form version of this on my TikTok, so if you want to see that, that is also up, but I figured I would do like a more in-depth version of this. So the first thing is skin prep. So I already prepped my skin with my regular skincare. I have a video on my TikTok about that as well. I do not use primer. I'm a like more normal to dry girl, so I don't need like any oil control. I don't need any mattifying. I don't need really any of that. This glow that you see right now is literally just the skincare that I put on my skin. And to me, just your skin prep is enough. I feel like if you're an oily girl, that's kind of where I would recommend a primer, but gripping primers, I'm not a fan of. I feel like they make your makeup worse and they separate your makeup. Like I just don't like those. I don't like any illuminating primers. I don't do any of that. So skin prep is my number one tip when it comes to like making your makeup last. If you find that your makeup is separating, check your primer, check your skin prep. It could be that. Like I said, I have a short form version of that on my TikTok, so if you want to know more about that, head over to there. But let's get into like the base. So I have two foundations that I highly recommend. First off, I'm going to start off or show you guys Hauslabs. This is the Triclone foundation. This is a beautiful light, medium to full coverage foundation. It's not full, but the way that it like blurs your skin, it kind of almost makes it like a full coverage foundation. Your makeup and your skin will look, poreless and flawless all day. This is my go-to for my full coverage girlies that want a foundation that's going to really like cover every imperfection, also give you that flawless base. The Dior Forever Skin Glow. This one isn't my shade. My shade's like over there, but I just grabbed this one. This one, you guys, I have recommended a million times. I'm actually going to be wearing this to the wedding that I'm going to because this one is like sweat-proof, humidity-proof. So is the Hauslabs, but I do like more of a full coverage foundation. I'm going for glamour occasions. So this one I really highly recommend. It's so freaking good. You don't even understand how good it is. I'm going to pin my hair back so we can get into this. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be using the Hauslabs one because I don't need to be full coverage today. So I figured let's just start out with Hauslabs. So I am going to be mixing two shades. I'm going to be mixing, what is this? 100 Light Neutral. And then I'm going to be mixing, which one is this? 145 Light Cool. So I always have to mix foundations because I can never really find my perfect shade. And I also am one that likes to be like a half a shade darker than what I normally am. I have to mix on the back of my hand. And then I will start to blend this in with my finger first. So I'm going to use my finger to really start to apply this to my skin. I feel like this gives you like one of the most like flawless applications because your finger is going to help warm up the foundation. And just blending it really in. Like I have a problem blending around my nose, so I always make sure that I start blending it around my nose. And my next number one tip that I tell everybody, so I always blend everything out with a sponge. This is the Shop Miss A paw blending sponges. I'll have them linked down below. I always take the foundation that's on the back of my hand. And you always want to take your sponge and absorb it. Why? Because what this is going to do is this is going to even out the foundation onto your sponge, okay? Also, what it's going to do is it's going to help not absorb as much product when you start to blend in your foundation. So that is my number one tip. So I'm just going to blend this out. I am a sponge girly. I really don't like brushes to blend things out because no matter what I do, I find that I can never really get past the brush streaks. And that honestly drives me a little crazy. Sponges are a recent discovery of mine, and you guys, they are hands down like the most amazing sponge I've ever used. Like I've talked about it so many times at this point, but these are just phenomenal. I recommend taking a mirror, like some kind of compact, and really looking close to your skin because from afar your makeup can look blended, but unless you look up close, you're not going to be able to tell. So I always take a compact. So now for concealer, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Vanish. This one at the moment is my favorite concealer. This one is full coverage, it's hydrating, it's long lasting, like it is just my literal go-to. So I will just take it and I put about that much underneath my eyes. I need a lighter shade, but I can't find my lighter shade right now. So I'm just going to use this one. And then I will take it and put it on the back of my hand, okay? Now another tip, I'm gonna use the opposite side of the sponge. So this side I blended the foundation, this side I'm gonna be blending the concealer, because I don't necessarily like when the foundation and the concealer kind of like mix together. So I just always take whatever is left over on the back of my hand and pick that up. I like to let the concealer sit underneath my eyes for a little bit, so I will just take the Makeup by Mario sculpting bronzer or like liquid serum. What is this called? Bronzing serum. And while my concealer is getting tacky, I will just start to apply this and blend out. This is what I like to do. I like to blend out all my cream products before I blend out my concealer. So I'll just take this, blend this out. This is also like another trick, because when you blend out your concealer, if you were a little harsh on your bronzer or your blush, the concealer is going to really help like even it out. So 10 out of 10 recommend this hack. And once that's done, I'm going to go in with liquid blush. This is Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. I really, really love this shade. It's subtle, but it's just a gorgeous color. So my cream products, I'm a big brush girl. Like, I love using a brush, but when it comes to my foundation and concealer, I am just a sponge girly. Like, I just can't get away from it. So now that we have all of our cream products blended out, I'm going to go ahead and blend out my concealer. So again, taking the opposite side of that sponge, I'm just going to start to gently work this in. You guys, I'm so exhausted today. Like, my eyes are literally on fire. My sister just got in from from Florida last night, and her first flight was canceled. So I rebooked her on another one, and then her second one was like, everything was fine, she was on time, and then like there was no place for her to land at JFK. And she didn't land until like midnight, and she was supposed to land at like 8:30, and it was frigging wild. So anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna keep blending. This concealer, you guys, is literally like one of my holy grails. It's full coverage, covers all the darkness, and it's just amazing. Like, look at how bright and just covered my under eyes look. So once everything is blended out, now it's time for powder. I know that some people are scared of powder, but you guys, if your makeup is not lasting, it could also be the fact that you're not setting right. So I always set my under eyes first. So I always use the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom. This one, you guys, is so fine. It just literally looks like you're wearing a frigging filter. So this one I love. So before you set your under eyes, you want to go back over with your sponge and you want to blend out any sort of creasing. You want to make sure your under eyes are completely smooth, because if there's anything that's going on underneath there and you set with powder, you're literally setting like the imperfections in place. So if something's not blended properly, if something is creased and you're just going with powder, you're going to be setting all of that in place. So I always go back over with my sponge to make sure everything is blended. And you always want to check like the corner right here, because especially on me, that's where my concealer separates for some reason. So I always make sure that everything is blended. I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to dip it into the powder, and I'm going to take about that much, and I'm going to go ahead and bake underneath my eyes. So once that's underneath my eyes, I always take a fluffy brush and I just dust off the powder that's like excess, if that makes sense, because sometimes that can also separate your makeup. Now I'm going to go in and set the rest of my face and another Huda Beauty powder. I either use peach pie or cupcake today. I'm using peach pie. And I'm going to go ahead and use a powder puff. This is disgusting. I have to clean this, don't judge me. But this is from Beauty Blender. So I just take it, and then the powder will look like that. And I'm just going to dab off any of the excess and go ahead and set my face. As you can see, this is immediately going to blur your skin and just make your skin literally look incredible. And powder, you guys, is the one thing. Even if you're dry, you need powder. If your makeup is not lasting, like I said, it's probably because you're not using powder or enough powder. So powder is not going to emphasize any dryness. It's actually going to help blur your skin. So anything that you've been told could possibly be a lie, but I am a dry skin girl, and I'm always setting with powder. And once I'm done with the puff, I will go ahead and take a fluffy brush, because now I want to put the powder on my forehead, and I'm just going to take it and go ahead and apply the powder to my forehead. So once I'm done with my loose powder, I will go in with a finishing powder. So I've been loving the new one from Rare Beauty. This is the Tinted Pressed Finishing Powder. So same thing, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to go ahead and just press this everywhere. This is going to add a little bit more coverage and it's going to help make your makeup last longer. So love this. So I'm done setting my face. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of powder bronzer. This one is from RMS. This is in the shade Malibu Muse. This is a beautiful bronzer. I just take it and just go all around. I also put a little bit on my nose, but as you guys can see, my face may look mattified, but it's not going to budge, I promise you. So now, more powder. You guys are probably like, why are you using so much powder? So I love this product. I swear by this. I spoke about it so many times. This is from Makeup Forever. This is the HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder Foundation. So why I love this so much is because I will take it and I will go right underneath my eyes. What this does is it's going to add coverage and brightness. Like you guys can see side by side, this side with the Makeup Forever already looks brighter and smoother. Look, there's a Thor hair. There's always a Thor hair on my brushes, so I will just go back and forth just like this. You guys may think this is an extra step, but I have really dark hollow under eyes, so for me this is a must. And if you're looking to add a little bit more coverage to your under eyes, then I highly recommend this product. So I just went ahead and did my blush and everything else like off camera, but you guys, now is the most crucial part. So I don't know if you noticed, but in between me like finishing every step, I didn't set with the setting spray. I literally set with powder and that was it. Setting with the setting spray in between all of your steps. You know how on TikTok girls will set like in between their foundation, between their powders, like no, you guys, what that does is that it holds your makeup in place. So when you go in to set with powder, even though you just sprayed your face with a setting spray, it creates a complete disaster. Like I did it 1 to 2 times and literally my makeup was flaking off of my face. So I don't know who told these TikTok girlies to set their makeup in between each step, but no, do not do that. And if you're doing it and your makeup is looking like shit, that is why. I always set my makeup after I'm done with literally all my powders. For my setting spray, I'm gonna take it back to 2016. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. You guys, in the last like 5 months, this has become my holy grail. I'm literally like out of it. So I don't know how I'm gonna set my face. But this, you guys, even if you're dry, your skin is not going to like look extra dry. You're going to have a subtle glow to your skin and I'm gonna show you. So I just go ahead and I always shake it and then I always take a card because I don't wanna get my jewelry wet. And I just go like this. And then once I'm done, I don't move my face and I will just take that card and fan the setting spray. What this is gonna do is it's gonna obviously help it dry quicker, but it's just going to set everything in place. And you don't wanna start making facial expressions when you're setting your face because then everything is gonna start to crease because your makeup is wet. So just go ahead and just chill out for a minute and just fan yourself. And what I'll always do is I'll go back in with my sponge and I will press the setting spray into my skin. This is just gonna help press it in because sometimes it can be a little damp, so I just like to take it and just press everything together. And as you can see, I have a little bit of a glow. The setting spray is pretty much completely dry, but my skin does not look dry. My skin still looks a little glowy and healthy. Hey guys, so here is the completed makeup look, and as you guys can see, my skin is looking perfect, flawless. Like I love this routine because I have literally mastered it. I was at a birthday party the end of June and it was no joke 100 degrees outside. The humidity was insane and doing this routine, my makeup did not budge, you guys. I was outside and I was sweating literally from every angle of my body and my makeup, that shit stayed intact. I just wanted to share this routine with you guys in case you guys were struggling with your makeup lasting, with your makeup separating, and you don't really know where to start. Take some of the tips that I gave you in this video and kind of go from there. My number 1 tip is to only prep with your skincare. I don't believe in primers. I've been doing makeup for like 15 years and I really truthfully have found within the last 2 years that my makeup has looked the best it's ever looked and I've stopped using primer. So even if you're dry, set with powder. It's not going to do anything to your skin. You need to find a finely milded powder. If you're gonna use one that's for oil control, then of course it's going to kind of dry you out because that's like what it's meant to do. It's meant to suck out the oils and whatnot. But if you find a good finely milled powder, I love the Huda Beauty one. That one is my tried and true. screwed, and then a good setting spray. The Urban Decay one, you guys, that one is just a classic. Like, I don't think any setting spray on the market beats that. I've tried the Charlotte Tilbury one and I did like it, but I found that that one also like dried me out and really sucked like the life out of my skin. The Urban Decay is literally the perfect in between. That's everything I have for you guys in today's video. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try any of these tips. Let me know your secrets for making your makeup last all day. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will hopefully catch you guys in my next video. Bye.